Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today we are discussing, again, what else? The number one topic everybody's discussing, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock and the fallout and everything else. So Denzel has spoken out publicly about Will Smith and slapping Chris Rock. This is coming from People Mag. And he says, quote, "The only solution was prayer. For whatever reason, the devil got a hold of him that night." The Tragedy of Macbeth star said during a panel at Pastor T.D. Jakes' annual International Leadership Summit on Saturday. Denzel Washington made his first public comments about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock during the 94th Academy Awards while appearing on a panel at Pastor T.D. Jakes' annual International Leadership Summit on Saturday. The 67-year-old actor explained why he got up after witnessing Smith's response to a joke made on stage by Rock. "No way could I have sat in my seat," the Tragedy of Macbeth star said during the event live streamed by The Wrap. "This is just not who I am." Washington, Tyler Perry, and Bradley Cooper were among the stars seen speaking with the King Richard actor, 53, shortly after the hit. He hit Rock over a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, appearing in a possible sequel for the 1997 film G.I. Jane. Pinkett Smith, 50, publicly revealed that she has alopecia in 2018. Earlier in the conversation, Washington recalled an old adage that resonated with him in wake of Smith slapping Rock during Sunday's Oscars broadcast. Per The Wrap, The Hollywood Reporter, and Variety, there's a saying, "When the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong." Washington told Jakes, "The devil goes, 'Oh no, leave him alone, he's my favorite.' Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because he's trying to do something right, and for whatever reason, the devil got a hold of him that night." Smith went on to win Best Actor at Sunday's awards show for his portrayal of Richard Williams in the 2021 film King Richard. He apologized to the Academy of Motion Pictures of Arts and Sciences during his acceptance speech, while also name-dropping Washington. "At your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you," Smith claimed. Washington told him just before his speech. Washington said thankfully he wasn't alone in speaking with Smith after he slapped Rock, confirming that others like Tyler Perry came immediately right over there with me in wake of the incident, according to the outlets. Though he refused to reveal exactly what was said, Washington told Jakes that some prayers were shared between the celebrities. "I don't want to say what we talked about, but for the grace of God, go any of us," Washington explained. He added, "Who are we to condemn? I don't know all the ins and outs of this situation, but I know the only solution was prayer, the way I saw it, the way I see it." Smith resigned from the Academy on Friday. In his statement shared with People via his rep, the actor says he has directly responded to the Academy's disciplinary hearing notice and will fully accept any and all consequences for my conduct. And again, they reiterate, his apology and the statement that he released, and that the Academy accepted Will Smith's resignation, and that they're still going to move forward with disciplinary proceedings against Mr. Smith for his violations. And in February, Will Smith spoke to People, and he called his connection with Denzel Washington his mentor, and that they had spent a lot of time together. "So we've been talking. He's always been a mentor for me, and he grabbed me and said, 'This is your year.'" Smith told People host Kay Adams after winning the Screen Actors Guild Award for outstanding performance by a male actor in a leading role for his part in King Richard. "He hugged me and said, 'I'm so happy for you. I just love who you're becoming,' he said, later noting he has long leaned on Washington for advice. "He knew me years ago. I would go to Denzel for advice, so he's seen me through the years. And he was just telling me how proud he is of who I've become and what I've become," Smith shared. He's saying that he felt like a weight was lifted off his shoulders somehow. So that is what Denzel said. And so this wasn't an interview, you guys. This was Denzel Washington. He was at a panel for T.D. Jakes that was hosting a summit and everything else. And there's a couple things I wanted to talk about, because there seems to be people who do not understand what Denzel Washington said. And there's a couple things there, right? And so Basically, people have a lot of issue or not understanding this actual comment when it says there's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Washington told Jakes, the devil goes, oh no, leave him alone, he's my favorite. Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right, and for whatever reason, the devil got a hold of him that night. So people were interpreting this as Denzel making a blame on the devil, and that's not what he was doing for Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. People completely took it literally and not what he was saying, and that told me maybe these people weren't Christians, maybe they weren't familiar with the Bible or familiar with the Bible's teachings and that sort of thing. But what Denzel is saying is, when you do not hear from the devil, when you are not seeing, dark influences or bad influences or things to trigger you to act out of your character, it's because you are already sinning, right? You are already doing something that the devil likes. Because you were sinning, you were going against God's wishes, you were going against being a Christian. And then on the flip side, when Will Smith is about to receive, the highest honor from the Oscars outside of winning, best director, best producer, and, best movie, he's about to win best actor, something happened, right? Something happened to where the devil got a hold of him. And he did something that was wrong as a result of that. Meaning, there's different triggers people have. There's different opportunities that people have to, that might make them feel a certain type of way. There's different instances where people try to put certain situations in front of you to see if you will take the bait and do something wrong, and do something, if you are a Christian, that would be considered a sin, right? And for some people, they are able to avoid taking the bait. For other people, they easily take the bait. And for some people, they may ignore it and not take the bait for the while, but then there might be something that might trigger them. Or maybe it is a repeated offense that has happened for the past few years that they finally lose it. And then they finally, make that bad decision, except for now this isn't just a bad decision for you, but the public and the whole world also got to witness this. And so, that's what essentially Washington is saying, that if you have already done wrong, if you're already a sinner, you're continuing to actively sin and know you're sinning, the devil doesn't need to do anything, because he already is happy that you are making those bad decisions, that you are not obeying God. But the moment that you are obeying God, the moment that you are doing, things right, or trying to make amends, or trying to do, things a certain type of way, that's when the devil gets a hold of you. That's when, they try to put situations in front of you to see if you are going to sin, to see if you are going to do something that is bad, that is against God's wishes. And so that is what, pretty much, Denzel is saying. And I think we've all been there, in our lives, to where whenever there's some good things that are happening for us, there always seems to be something or someone or some factor that tries to take you down a notch, that tries to knock you down a peg, to try to knock you down to earth. And it's just a matter of what your response is going to be to that, right? And for those who are Christians, having, the prayer and the faith and everything else, which is what Denzel Washington is speaking to, because it seems as though everybody else is mainly people who weren't even at the Oscars, who all want to have a soundbite, who all want to give an interview, who all want to go on all these platforms and give their 2 seconds and their 2 cents of their comments. But I am glad that, Denzel basically, and this wasn't even an interview, like I said, he was at a summit with TD Jakes, but basically said, hey, we need to pray for this guy. And, who are we to condemn him? And that's the other thing too, is some of these people that are coming for Will Smith, really should not be coming for him at all, considering their racism, their abuse, their pedophilia, their rape allegations, and everything else. But they have all this smoke for Will Smith for a slap. But this is what I mean when people go hard in the paint for other people and want people, to have everything taken away from them, as if your life is perfect, as if you've never made a mistake before or have never done something wrong. It may or may not be better or worse than what took place at the Oscars, but none of us are perfect. We all have skeletons, you guys. But the way some people are going hard in the paint, tells me everything I need to know. And this moral high ground that people are taking is excessive. We can all agree, obviously, the slap was not right. The slap was wrong. It shouldn't have happened. It was an overreaction. Will Smith lost it. We otherwise know him to be the nice, funny, corny guy or what have you. But, some of the overreaction is a bit much, you guys. It truly is. And how are we to judge, right? Because what if all of our skeletons were exposed? Then it's not so funny, right? If all of our skeletons were exposed to the public, then it's not the same energy, you guys. It's not the same energy. Then you would understand, what it is like. Again, this isn't to dismiss anything that's happened to Chris Rock, or what he is going through, or to diminish what he is going through. But this is just to say, hey, two wrongs do not make a right. Two wrongs do not make a right by, Will Smith trying to apologize for his actions and trying to do right by his actions and getting therapy and everything else, and people still trying to condemn him, people trying to cancel him, people trying to blackball him and everything else. And these are the same people who've had rape allegations, who've had, racist rants that they've made, have done all kinds of things that are leading the charge to do this. And it's the hypocrisy for me. It is the hypocrisy for me. So that is all the thoughts that I have on this one. Let me know what you guys think about Denzel's comments. What do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree with him that at the end of the day, even though the action was wrong, we still need to pray for Will Smith? So let me know what you guys think about that. Please let me know in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again very soon.